Been in and out my mind since I hit your phone. I've been counting up the times that I did you wrong. I just want you by my side when I get
Hi, Tiffany, how are you? How's it going? Welcome back to my hoarder house. Listen, this is crazy. I know it's crazy. I'm fully aware that this is insane. The fact is, Tiffany, I thought that I was going to be filming this video, unhauling my whole collection. My cat is... But no, I thought that I was going to sit down with all of the books I own on this floor and unhaul them in a single video. And then I simply just accumulated the books that I had already on the floor because I was just lazy and I didn't pick them up. And this is what we had. This is the situation, Tiffany. So we're going to take it slow. We're going to go through these books and decide which ones I'm keeping, which ones I'm getting rid of. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it turns out good. I have a general idea about the books I'm not getting rid of. For example, new books that I've hauled. Also, I want so badly to be a productivity kind of girly, especially when it comes to this channel and planning the content for this channel, being a creative in general. Being creative is like fun and cool and chill, but at the same time, it like demands structure at the same time, like a lot of things do. I found that with today's sponsor, Skillshare, it's becoming easier for me to learn about productivity, about structure. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives. What makes Skillshare so impressive is how they have so many different classes and so many different categories. You can literally go from beginner to like an expert. I've personally been wanting to get into, like I said, productivity, planning, etc., etc. I really enjoyed Mastering Mindfulness for Creatives by Jade Bowler. She talks about creating space and time and ritual around the process of being creative, which was really helpful for me because I very much am the kind of person who will just work wherever, whenever. She presented this idea of like communing almost with yourself. I've been delving further into these Skillshare community. It really seems like a place where you can sort of like level up your skills in terms of like hobbies or even for like your career, like I've been doing. Additionally, there are these things called learning paths, which are basically like little roads that you can go down starting from beginner and make your way down to expert. It's all very like curated. It's basically like a curated collection of a certain topic where everything is kind of gathered up into one place, making it super easy for you to make your way through it. That's the thing. Skillshare has so many different classes in so many different categories. Okay, I'm telling you, like film, content creation, productivity, like I said, animation, graphic design, painting, drawing, cooking. I plan personally on taking many cooking / like vegetarian, vegan, baking classes. I want to know even more than I already know. Like I know that I'm already Gordeline Ramsay. I feel like I could be even more Gordeline Ramsay. This season, they're really like leaning into like summer learning because things are kind of slowing down in the summertime. What better time than to like take a few hours a day, a week, a month, or whatever, and like learn a new skill, learn a new hobby. I'm honestly going to be spending my summer further learning how to cook because I want to get into that game. This is super, super exciting, okay? Skillshare very kindly have given me like a little linky link in my description where the first 500 people who use it get a free trial, a 1 month free trial of Skillshare to the first 500 people to click the link in my description. A free month where you could learn how to knit, how to bake, how to do graphic design. You could learn how to use Photoshop. Like there's so many things. Check out the link in my description, click the link, get Skillshare for 1 month for free for the first 500 people and literally live your dreams. Okay, you sweet summer child. Thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Thank you so much to you guys for checking them out. I really appreciate it because you checking out the sponsors helps to support me as well, and I really appreciate that. I'm thinking that in terms of like organization, what I'm gonna do is maybe just like put the unhauled books off in like a pile over here or something. Let's get started, okay? Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to check out my Patreon where we have exclusive content, reading sprints, exclusive readathons, the cutest readathons you've ever seen in your entire life. Anyway, let's get started. What we're gonna do is just pick up a book and I'm gonna decide, am I keeping this? I think I am, because this is actually kind of new. I do know that a few people in my comments when I did haul this were like, it's not good. It's the opposite of good. I still want to try it, so I'm going to keep this. That's the wrong side. Immediately, I went to the wrong side. I have Little Girls by Ronald Melfi. This I'm going to keep as well because I do want to read it. Like, I want to read it so badly that I bought this ugly mass market paperback. Like, that's how much I want to read this book. I have Carnosaur. I'm definitely keeping this for obvious reasons. Tapeworm. I am going to keep this even though it's damaged. I'm going to get rid of it when I do actually buy a new copy. This is brand new. I'm keeping this. I want to go through my entire collection and do like a Marie Kondo thing. You know what I mean? Where like I hold the book and I try to commune with it. Even the books that are new are getting this treatment. This, which again is new, I'm going to keep it. I'm also going to keep this, even though it is, I think technically a zombie novel, which isn't my favorite, but I'm going to keep it. Just because who knows, maybe I'll love it. Bro, these books are covered in cat hair. In my heart, I don't really want to keep this, but I also know that like so many people, whenever I mention this book, love it. So I'm going to keep it for you. That's how good of a friend I am. I have to keep this legally because I'm in the acknowledgements. I have to keep this because I am like 3/4 of the way through, never finished it, but I need to finish it because I genuinely do want to know what's going to happen. So I want to keep this because I want to finish it, but if I don't like it, I'm going to get rid of it. I loved Jonathan Sims' first book, 13 Stories. I tried reading this and it literally bored me to death. I might give it another shot. I might keep it just to see if I do end up liking it. Like maybe it has that thing where the book is bad for the first 25%. I don't know. We'll see. The Way of Shadows, which I am going to keep because I have read this. That book sequel, Shadow's Edge, which I'm also keeping because I haven't read it and I want to. I greatly underestimated how difficult it would be to do this video with the mic in my hand. I might honestly go grab the stand for the mic and just like maybe like put it here or something. Anyway, one second, I'll be right back. Is this distracting? Is that okay? I'm not getting rid of this because I love it. I'm not getting rid of this because I love it. Not getting rid of this because I love it. Not getting rid of this because I love it. Not getting rid of this because I love it. Not getting rid of this because I love it. I genuinely don't know what to do with these books. Like, the covers are so pretty, and like I know that's not like an excuse, Tiff, like I know, but I can't help but want to keep them because the covers are so pretty. Does that make me evil? The House Witch. I have volume 1 and 2. Look at this, Tiffany. Are you fucking joking? You better shut your fucking mouth, bro. I know that I should be stronger, and I know that you want me to be stronger, Tiff. I'm not that strong. I think I am genuinely gonna get rid of this because I honestly didn't really like it that much, and I don't think I'm ever gonna reread it. So yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm definitely not getting rid of this. Fucking love it. I would never. Same thing with Slewfoot. Never, never, never. In the Miso Soup, I have not read yet. I have started it. I haven't finished it, but I do want to finish it, so I'm gonna keep it. This is fairly new, and so I'm gonna keep this as well. This is hard for me because, again, I started this book and I wasn't like a huge fan, although I didn't get very far, and it also could have been my mood. I just know that so many people love this. I'm gonna keep it, but please let me know in the comments what you think of this book, and if you think I should keep it, let me know. I'm gonna keep both of these. So I have Vampire Kisses, which is a book that I read like in middle school, I think, and I was obsessed with it. And then I also have this Agatha Christie book that my friend gave me. I haven't read this, but I do want to. I will be keeping The Devil Crept In, even though I don't like Anya Alborn because she blocked me, which I think is kind of rude, but I do really like this book, so I'm gonna keep it. I will be keeping Kill a River 1, 2, and 3 because I want to do a reading vlog for these. Tiff, I don't know what I want to do. Do you think I should get rid of this? I haven't read it. I also have not heard that many good things about it. What do you think? I'm up in the air about it. I want to keep it. The premise is genuinely interesting to me. I'm going to keep it tentatively for now. Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is the sequel to Legends and Lattes. I am going to keep this because it is fairly new and I do want to know what's going to happen. Like, I'm interested. Nosferatu. I think I'm going to get rid of this because I really love the first half of this book. The second half of the book is actual ass. Like, it's not good. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of this. Night Film, which I'm definitely keeping because this is one of my favorite books. This is brand new. I'm gonna keep it. Tiffany, I read this. Can I be honest? Can I be vulnerable? This wasn't my favorite thing in the entire world. Like, on one hand, I understand why the girlies are losing their minds. Like, I get it. But at the same time, I'm gonna put this in the unhaul pile, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is new, not getting rid of it. Manhunt, I'm gonna keep. Like, if this was 2 weeks ago, I would have unhauled this, but I've heard pretty good things about it recently. So I'm gonna keep this and I'm gonna read it eventually. Keeping because I love it. Keeping because it's new. New. David Sodergren. David Sodergren. David Sodergren. I don't need any other explanation for you. I'm keeping these for sure. Like, obviously. This one, I'm definitely keeping. This one, I did honestly buy this recently. I never read it and I have not heard any good things about it except for maybe like 1 or 2 reviews. Like, it's such a pretty cover. That's the reason I bought it. Let's be honest with ourselves, Tiffany. The reason I purchased this book was because the cover was pretty. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. For now, I'm gonna keep it just because I did buy it so recently. I'm gonna keep it, but let me know. Let me know. I have kept this book simply because I knew that one day I was gonna film this video and I needed to let you know that I'm yeeting this book from my life. Fuck you, Jason. I'm unhauling this. Based on the comments of my TBR video where I was like, maybe I'll read this, I think I'm gonna unhaul this because a lot of people were like, it's boring as fuck, it's not good. I think I'm gonna unhaul this because I've had it for I think 2 years, and like 2 years and never any interest in reading it. That's crazy. It's going. I'm sorry, it's going. Obviously, keeping. This book is so hard for me because I did not enjoy reading it, but this was a gift from one of my patrons. I'm gonna ask her if she's okay with me getting rid of it or donating it. There's even a note from her on the inside. I'm gonna ask her if she's okay with me donating this, and if she is, then it's going to be unhauled. But I'm gonna ask her first, just in case, because like, I don't wanna be like, I don't wanna like get rid of it without, you know. Unhauling, I hated this. Keeping, not because I am like crazy about it, like it's good, it's fine, but I know that this copy is out of print. I'm keeping this simply for the collectible of it all. I think I'm gonna get rid of this book even though I really did enjoy it. This is an ARC copy. I don't see myself ever rereading it, but it was fun. I'm definitely getting rid of this because I hated it. Keeping this, one of my favorite books. Keeping this. Tiffany, I am not a Ronald Malfi kind of girl. Like, I'm not the kind of girl, oh, I should have been doing this the whole time. I'm not the kind of girl who really likes Ronald Malfi. Like, I've tried, I don't connect. I don't get it. I might keep this just because I bought it and I should at least try. If I don't like it, I'm gonna get rid of it. But your days are numbered, Ronald. I am gonna get rid of this. I'm so sorry, Katie. I wanted to love it like you do. I'm not. Like, it's fine. I'm not like living, laughing, loving for it. So I'm gonna get rid of this. The pile is growing. Do you see this? Wow. Okay. Getting rid of this because it's ass. I hated it. I got like 4 chapters in and I was like, this fucking sucks. Getting rid of this because I got like halfway through and it fucking sucked. So bye. I love this book, keeping it forever. I have not read Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I do really want to. I'm gonna keep this copy of it. This was a gift from Meg, I believe, and I'm so excited to read it. This is a Paperbacks from Hell book. I'm keeping this. Keeping, even though I may never finish the trilogy, but I really did like the first book, so I'm keeping this. Let's take a little coffee break. I love this book, I'm keeping it. Listen, I started reading this, I probably got 80% of the way through and then DNF'd it because I was not invested. I did not care even a little bit. Like, it was crazy. Like, usually I love Akwaeke Emezi, like their books, stunning, gorgeous. I did not like this though. I'm so sorry. I did not like it. I never finished it. I'm gonna get rid of it. We have Empire the Vampire by J. Kristoff. It's so embarrassing to be like, I'm gonna get rid of this Akwaeke Emezi book, but I'm gonna keep this J. Kristoff. Like, do you know how embarrassing that is, Tiffany? I'm a fucking fool. I look like Boo Boo the fucking fool. Even though Jay Kristoff is so cringy, I am interested in reading this, okay? I'm interested, God. Now I have Ophi's Ghost, which I have not read. This is a middle grade horror novel. I'm gonna keep it because I do want to read it. I'm unsure if I want to keep this. I wasn't a huge fan. Like, I did like it, it was fine. I am kind of like a completionist, and so I do feel in my heart that I should keep it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm going to unhaul Boys in the Valley. I did not like this book that much. Like, the ending was weird. I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm keeping Revenge, keeping Deceived by the Gargoyles, keeping The Princess and the Grilled Cheese. Love this book. I'm gonna get rid of this because TJ Klune gives me a bad vibe. Every time I see his books, I'm just like, ugh. Going to keep this. This is one of Stephen Graham Jones's only like books that I really, really liked. So I'm gonna keep this. My friend gave me her entire Lunar Chronicles series. I thought it would be kind of funny if I read them. She gave them to me recently, so I'm gonna keep them. I loved this book. I'm keeping it. I'm also gonna keep The Only Good Indians. Even though I don't necessarily like love this book, it is iconic, so I have to keep it. I think I'm gonna get rid of Black Cake. This was sent to me by Book of the Month when they sponsored me. Book of the Month, if you want to sponsor me again. But I don't think I have any interest in reading it, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Also going to be getting rid of Lone Women by Victor Laval. I wanted this to slap, and it did not. I think I'm gonna keep this just because I want to see what the, you know, hullabaloo is about. Keeping. I am also gonna keep this one because I'm so excited to read it. I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't think I'm gonna like it. Like, I tried reading it and I literally was so bored. I'm also gonna keep this, and this, and this. These are middle grade horror novels, all part of the same series. I'll be keeping both of these. I'm gonna keep this because I do wanna read it because I do think it's cute. I'm also gonna keep these 3 books because they're all pretty new. I'm gonna keep this because I loved it. Keeping this because I really want to read it. Keeping this because I really want to read it. Tiffany, I don't know if I want to keep this because I have heard not great things about it. Do I want this? Do I want to keep this? I'm also like not huge on Catriona Ward. Like, I think she's fine. I'm not like jerking off to her books, you know what I mean? I think I'm gonna get rid of this. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. I'm keeping this because it's new. Keeping this because it's new. I think I'm actually going to unhaul this. I did read like 70% of it and it was honestly kind of boring. Going to keep these 2 books. I'm gonna keep this because I do want to read it. I love this book. I would never part with it. It's Sequel. I've had this book for so long. This is like a first edition Holly Black from like fucking what, 2007? 2012. I'm keeping this also because I fucking loved it when I read it. I only read it once, but I loved it. Also, I've been putting the books on the wrong side. Oh my God. I'm gonna get rid of this. It wasn't good. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna unhaul this because it's got weird religious vibes and I don't see myself ever rereading it. I love this book so much. I think I'm going to unhaul this. I don't see myself ever reading this, especially considering that it's a short story / like novella collection. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep this. I'm keeping this. Keeping these. Keeping this. This is a sequel to Vita Nostra. Keeping it. Emily Henry, obligatory keep. I can't get rid of Keg and the Damned. Even if I hate this book, I love it so much just because of like the backstory that I've created for it. Like, I have to keep this. Keeping. I think I'm gonna unhaul They All Died Screaming. I did try reading it. It was gross. I think it's meant to be gross, but I just wasn't feeling the vibe. I will be keeping Dead of Winter as well as Let Me In. I will be keeping The Book of Accidents. I have not read this yet, but I really want to. I will be keeping Pumpkinheads. I will be keeping Unnatural Ends. This was sent to me, I believe, by the author. Keeping. I think I'm gonna unhaul this. I didn't like it enough to keep it, to be honest. I think I'm also gonna unhaul Scare Waves. Again, I didn't like it enough to keep it. I think same thing with Bellwood's Game. Even though this is a gorgeous book, I didn't love it enough to keep it. So I will be unhauling all 3 of these. This is one of my favorite books. I love this book so much. I never talk about it because it's like literary fiction. I love this book. I also loved this book. My friend gave me this book and I do intend on reading it. I think I'm gonna unhaul this because after reading it, I feel as though I'm never gonna reread it. Like, why would I? I know what happens. Tiff, this is a mess. I will be keeping this because I am interested in reading it. I have 2 copies of this book. I am gonna get rid of one of the copies. Keeping. Obviously, I'm gonna keep it. I fucking love this book. Again, obviously. These are both books I'm so excited to read, so I will be keeping these. This is basically brand new, so I'm gonna keep it. I can't wait to read this. I'm so excited. Basically, brand new, also brand new. I will be keeping this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I think I'm gonna unhaul this. I don't see myself ever rereading it. Like, I remember when I did read it, like 10, 15 years ago, I liked it. I'm never gonna reread it though. This is a book my friend gave me. I've been wanting to read this book since I was like in middle school, and I will one day read it. I swear to God, I will. I am gonna keep this for now. If I don't read this by the end of the year, it's going. It's going. This is new. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna get rid of this because we did read it recently for my Patreon. Wasn't a huge fan, so I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna keep this simply on the vibes. I'm also gonna keep this even though Kate Alice Marshall has burned me more than once. I will be keeping this. Tiffany, listen, Tiffany. Do I keep this? Do I keep this simply so I could make a reading vlog about me reading it, talking about how much I fucking hate it? Like, Riley Sager and I are not friends. Like, I hate this man's books. I'm gonna keep this so I can hate on it. Is that psychotic? That might be psychotic. I think the Broken Earth books, I have not read them, but I want to. I will also be keeping Legends and Lattes. Oh my God, we're almost done. I will be keeping Such Sharp Teeth. I will be keeping The Reformatory. I'm gonna be keeping Clive Barker's Books of Blood. This is volume 4 to 6. I don't know if I want to keep this, if I'm being honest. I read the first book, loved it, like everybody. And then the second book was ass. I think this is the 4th book, right? Or is it the 3rd? I think I might look up reviews, but tentatively I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna be keeping this, keeping this, even though I've had this book for so long, never read it. Even back when it was like really hyped up, never read it, but I'm gonna keep it because it's beautiful. Hello, Bug is here to give us last minute motivation. Right, Bug? Right? Oh my God, look how cute. He's just chilling. He's so relaxed. Aren't you, Bobo? He's so cute. Okay. I will be keeping this. I will be keeping Helter Skelter. This is one of my favorite true crime books. I've had this book for so long. Do I even like it? Not really. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I have more Marissa Meyer books that my friend gave me. Keeping those. I'm keeping The Good House. The Holiday Swamp. This book seems like pure trash. The only reason I want to keep it is because I need and want to read it during Christmas. It's been 2 Christmases that I've been meaning to read this book and I keep not reading it. 2024, if I don't read it, excuse me, then it's going. I have to read this piece of shit. Keeping this for obvious reasons. I'm gonna be keeping this because it's new. Keeping this. I will not be keeping Gothicana. Hate this so much. I'd rather die. We'll be keeping all of these except for Rites of Extinction. I feel like I did read this. I just remember hating it. I remember hating it. I didn't like it. Molly Southbourne, Nothing But Blackened Teeth, which I did like. Another Molly Southbourne book, Ballad of Black Tom, When We Entered That House, Goddess of Filth, and Spine Shivers. Keeping all of these. We'll be keeping this. I am interested in it because it has a bodyguard romance and that's all I have ever wanted. Volume 1 to 3 of Books of Blood. We were so far apart and now look at us, so close. Is it toxic if I say that I'm going to keep the Colleen Hoover books? Like, in my heart of hearts, I still want to do that stupid unhinged reading vlog. Let me know what you think. This is my second copy of My Dark Vanessa. I will be keeping this. Heartstopper, obviously I'm keeping that. I'm keeping this Halloween season because I will read it during Halloween one day. Keeping this, keeping this, keeping this. This is like YA Dark Academia. I will be keeping this and this, as well as the Atlas books by Olivia Blake. I don't know if I want to keep this. I've had this for a while, but I've never read it. And I don't know if I'm ever going to read it, if I'm being honest with you. I think I'm going to unhaul it. Let me know what you think. I'm keeping. Unfortunately, I'm keeping. I found this like bent. It was basically like hiding under this seat. So I'm definitely keeping this. I think I'm gonna keep this. Definitely keeping this, keeping this, keeping this, and keeping this. We just have one more stack to go. Obviously, keeping this, keeping this, keeping this, keeping this, keeping this. I think I'm going to unhaul this. I also have this, which is an ARC. I think I will keep this. I will be keeping this. I do really want to read it. I'm keeping this just in the hopes that if I ever do finish it, I'll love it. The last two books, one of them is The Regrets. I think I'm going to keep this just because it's so pretty. I can't help it, okay? We're at the end, who cares? And then I'm also going to keep, of course, off season, 25% of my book collection that we just went through. And we're getting rid of all of these books. Look at that. Amazing. Anyway, I'm going to go because I am so tired. I'm sitting on this floor. I hate myself. So I'm gonna go. My friends, my family, my familia, thank you so much for being here today with me. It's been so much fun. Thank you again so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you thought. Let me know if you think I should keep anything, get rid of anything. Please tell me. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit subscribe because we talk about spooky shit, talk about creepy shit, talk about unhauling our books and shit. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Goodbye, Tiffany.
Karma's got a thing for me. We hold hands, make plans, keep the receipts. Karma, she's my best friend. One step closer, here's how it ends. Karma's got a thing for me. You see, you'll be digging up 6 feet. Karma's never let me down. My smile will kill when I cut you out.